You won't believe what Princess Leonor did in Spain. Fearful face. Spain held its breath. Royal fans thought they knew everything about Princess Leonor. But then, she did the unthinkable. What happened next changed everything. Nobody could have seen this coming. The morning had started like any other in Madrid, yet an air of anticipation hung over the city. The streets were quiet, almost respectful, as if the city itself sensed that today would be different. Princess Leonor, already known for her poise and elegance, had quietly stepped out of the palace, but not for a public engagement, not for a royal ceremony, but for something entirely unexpected. Word of her departure spread quickly. Courtiers whispered, journalists scrambled, and fans speculated wildly. What could she be doing alone? And more importantly, why? Inside the palace, there were mixed feelings. Her parents, King Felipe and Queen Letizia, were reportedly caught off guard. While Leonor's duties were always planned meticulously, this moment seemed entirely self-directed. Sources close to the royal family hinted at tension, not conflict, but a desire for independence that could not be ignored. What she did next stunned the nation. Rather than attending an official event, she chose to visit a local community center, far from the cameras and flashbulbs. The children there had no idea who she was at first. To them, she was just another visitor, someone genuinely interested in their lives. Her laughter, her willingness to play, to engage without royal formality, left a mark on everyone present. The images that emerged were surreal. Princess Leonor, the future queen, kneeling to tie a child's shoelaces, listening intently to stories of struggles and dreams. There was a warmth in her eyes, a humility rarely captured in official portraits. Spaniards everywhere began to see her differently, not as a distant royal, but as someone deeply human. And yet, the story doesn't end there. Later that afternoon, she made another surprising appearance. A small, unannounced walk through a historic part of Madrid, where locals recognized her, but no security barricades or protocols were imposed. People whispered, some timidly, others boldly asking for a glimpse, a word, a photo. She smiled, waved, and continued, never flustered, never rushed. The reactions were immediate. Social media exploded with admiration and astonishment. Commentators debated what this meant for the monarchy. Was this a new era of openness? A subtle rebellion against the rigidity of royal expectations? Or simply a young woman learning to balance duty and personal desire? Even within the palace, perspectives varied. Some advisors worried that such spontaneous actions could disrupt tradition. Others believed it was precisely what the monarchy needed, a reminder that even a princess is a person first, capable of empathy, unpredictability, and genuine connection. The deeper impact became evident that evening. Families across Spain shared stories of moments they had witnessed or read about. Leonor had become a symbol, not of ceremonial duty, but of living presence. The royal image that had often felt distant, sculpted, and untouchable was suddenly infused with relatable humanity. Yet questions lingered. Why choose that particular day? Was there a personal motivation, a cause she quietly championed? Royal historians began to dissect every decision, every gesture, trying to understand the layers beneath her actions. Some suggested she was paving the way for modernizing the monarchy. Others thought it was a simple act of kindness, magnified by her position. And then, just when people thought the story had reached its peak, the evening brought an entirely new revelation. A photograph emerged, capturing Princess Leonor speaking with an elderly woman whose life had been touched by historical events that defined Spain's past. The dialogue, brief but meaningful, revealed a depth of awareness and compassion that went far beyond ceremonial gestures. She listened as the woman recounted memories of hardship, resilience, and hope, and responded with insight, empathy, and thoughtful questions. This single act sparked debates in the media and among royal watchers. Some hailed it as revolutionary. Others cautioned against reading too much into a single day. But one thing was undeniable. Princess Leonor had shown a side of herself rarely seen by the public, a glimpse of the leader she might one day become. As the night deepened, reflections on her day grew more intense. Was this a turning point in how Spain views the monarchy? Could one individual's courage to act from the heart inspire a broader cultural shift? People began sharing stories, comparisons with past royals, and predictions about what this meant for the future. Through every reaction, one thing remained constant: Princess Leonor had captured the imagination of an entire nation. She had broken the mold, challenged expectations, and reminded everyone that royalty, at its best, could be both symbolic and profoundly human. By the time the city slept, the story had grown beyond a single day. Analysts began to explore the ripple effects on public perception, youth engagement, and even diplomatic impressions. What started as a quiet, personal decision had transformed into a moment of national reflection. And yet, even after all this attention, she remained humble. No official statements, no grand gestures, just quiet dignity. A young woman, aware of her responsibilities, yet determined to remain true to herself. Spain, and indeed, the world, watched, talked, and wondered. What will Princess Leonor do next? What unseen layers of her personality remain to be revealed? The curiosity doesn't end here, it has only just begun. Because if one thing is certain, it's that Princess Leonor's actions that day proved that being royal isn't just about ceremonies, appearances, or titles, it's about courage, empathy, and the courage to act when no one expects it. Her story continues, and the world is waiting, breathless, for the next chapter.